Monday, July 27th, 2020, and welcome to the Magnus Robot Fighter channel, where we take a hard look at the evils of robotics and artificial intelligence and related technologies. And here's a cover from a 1964 comic there, Magnus Robot Fighter. I love these covers. There's Magnus. He's falling down off a building here, chopping a robot, and here comes his girlfriend to catch him with her flying car. I love these retro covers to Magnus over here. Okay, guys, well, we're going to talk about how you and I and everybody else have willingly given the system our retina scan, and there's nothing we can do about it, guys, because we did it all with our phones. Our phones have cameras in them. They take pictures of our faces all the time. So they already have our retina scans. And there's a lot of legal stuff going on right now. And of course, at the beginning, here's the latest one where Amazon, Alphabet, and Microsoft, there was a suit filed against them, and it was IBM's diversity and faces system, which is related to this case. And Facebook also recently settled the case, $650 million with facial recognition lawsuit. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of resistance at the beginning to this thing, but eventually, like for example, with the retina scan technology, all you can see here is basically articles that deal with the sort of application of it in for medical use to detect disease in the eye and everything. So it's always sold as these good things. There's never any, talk about the security issues related to it, except that in this illegal manner where private corporations, etc., are restricted in using this stuff, for whatever purposes they're going to use it for. But what we all fail to realize is there's no restriction to the government using any of this stuff. It could simply go to these corporations under court order and demand the data, et cetera, et cetera. So whereas you might be very safe from your neighbor and from, commercial interest or whatever, you're certainly not safe against the government. And, I don't know if it's within the legal framework that even the government could obtain these retina scans, but there's elements of the government that we don't have any control over, and neither does anybody in power. So, and there's also rogue elements that can use this technology, et cetera, et cetera. But the point is that we gave it to them willingly. And I started thinking about this when the whole COVID thing came out and facial recognition technology, okay, and if you were to go back a few years and just sort of suggest everybody that everybody be wearing masks around town for health purposes, not necessarily for COVID or anything like that, but just in general use or whatever it is, I think you would get a resounding rejection from society. Obviously, people with their faces masked can't tell who they are. And I wondered when this whole thing came out, I mean, what would this stop people from wearing masks, robbing banks, stores, killing people, whatever it might be, all sorts of crime because you're wearing a mask? And whereas facial recognition technology might be able to detect your face even with a mask on, but I tend to think of Through a Scanner Darkly, the movie Through a Scanner Darkly, where the government agent there had this specialized technology that would change the face through holograms or holographic imagery, like 100 times a second to thwart the facial recognition technology. But immediately I thought to myself, it doesn't matter because they have our retina scans, okay? And they have technology that's able to see your retina up to like 200 yards or 100 yards or whatever it is. So it doesn't matter whether you're wearing a mask or not. And they no longer need facial recognition technology. They have the retina scan technology. And the point that I'm bringing to you is that we all gave it to them willingly. We look at our cell phone, it has a camera in it, front and back. They've taken pictures of our retina a zillion billion times. They've already collected that data. Don't let them fool you. All right, guys. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to you and think about it, okay? That's all I'm asking. All right. Anyway, signing off from the Magnus Robot Fighter channel. Peace.